Okay, so picture this. It's a Tuesday morning. My friend, let's call her Sophia, she has a job interview. A real, proper, grown-up job interview at a tech company. She has prepared for weeks. She has her outfit ready, her resume printed, her answers rehearsed. She walks in, she sits down, and the interviewer smiles and says, "So, Sophia, tell me about yourself. What do you like to do in your free time?" And Sophia, completely confident, looks this interviewer right in the eyes and says, and I am quoting her directly here, "I love to make exercise. Every morning I make exercise for 1 hour."
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, I make exercise. And the interviewer, bless her, she kept a straight face. She just nodded and wrote something down, but Sophia told me later that after the interview, she went home, looked it up, and just sat on her kitchen floor for 5 minutes staring at the ceiling.
On the kitchen floor. I feel that. I genuinely feel that in my soul.
Right? And here is the thing, Sophia is not a beginner. She has been studying English for years. She is smart, she is fluent in conversation, but this one tiny thing, this one little slip made her feel like she was back at square one. And the worst part, she did not even know which word was wrong or why. She just knew something was off. And that feeling, that specific feeling of knowing something sounds wrong, but not knowing exactly what the rule is, that is what today's episode is all about. So stay with us, because what we're about to talk about might just change your English forever.
Welcome to English Podcast Daily. I'm Alex.
And I'm Mary, and oh my gosh, we are so happy you are here today. Whether you're listening on your commute, at the gym, or sitting in a coffee shop pretending to work,
No judgment. We see you.
absolutely no judgment. This is your space. English Podcast Daily is the show where we teach you real, natural, practical English, not through boring textbook rules, but through stories, laughs, and real conversations. And today's episode, Alex, do you want to tell them how good today's episode is?
I'll just say this. Today's topic is one that trips up even advanced English learners, like people who have been speaking English for 10, 15 years. And once you hear the explanation, you're going to have one of those satisfying moments where everything just clicks into place. You know that feeling?
The, "oh, so that's why" moment.
Exactly that moment. We're going to give you that today. But first, if you're new to English Podcast Daily, welcome to the family. Please hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an episode. And if you've been with us for a while, you already know the deal. Share this show with a friend who's learning English. Seriously, it's one of the best gifts you can give someone on their English journey.
Okay, so back to Sophia, because her story is not finished. And actually, the more I told people this story, the more I realized everyone has a version of it. Like, everyone has that moment where they used the wrong word and felt that awkward silence after.
Oh, 100%. I have my own story, actually. This is a little embarrassing to admit. A few years ago, I was talking to a colleague, a native speaker, and I was trying to tell her that I had decided something at work. And I said, completely seriously, "Yes, I already did a decision about that." And she paused, just a tiny pause, and then moved on. But I saw her face.
You saw the face.
I saw the micro-expression, that little flicker, and I thought, what did I just say wrong? I went back to my desk and I replayed it in my head for like 20 minutes. Did a decision. Something was wrong. I just did not know what.
And that right there, that is the thing. It is not about making a huge grammar mistake. It is about these small, sneaky word choice errors that no one usually teaches you. Because in a textbook, they give you the vocabulary, they give you the grammar rules, but they do not always explain why you use one word and not the other in a specific combination. And that is where so many learners get stuck.
Right. And the mistakes are super understandable too, because the logic seems like it should work, you know? Like if I am producing exercise in my body, why not make exercise? If I'm performing the action of a decision, why not do a decision? The logic is there. The words just do not cooperate.
English is wild sometimes.
It really is. Okay, so I have another example, and this one is even better. My friend Marco, lovely guy, super fluent, he was on a first date, a real romantic dinner situation, and he wanted to impress the person across the table from him. So he smiled and said, "I would like to make a good impression tonight. I also made a lot of researches about this restaurant before coming."
A lot of researches. Oh, Marco.
2 issues in 1 sentence. The researches is a separate problem. That's an uncountable noun thing. But the verb choice before it, that's exactly what we're building toward. And trust me, you're going to want to hear the explanation because once you get it, you will never mix these up again.
And here's the fun part. Even some native speakers cannot fully explain the rule. They just know it sounds right from years of exposure. But today, we are going to give you the actual logic behind it, which honestly is so much more satisfying. Okay, we are getting close to the big reveal. We are almost there. Do not go anywhere.
You have been so patient. We appreciate you so much.
One more story, because this one is my personal favorite. A student, someone who actually wrote to us after listening to this podcast, she told us she was chatting online with a new English-speaking friend, and she typed, "I need to do a shower and then we can talk more." And her friend replied, "Ha, do you build it yourself?" And she had absolutely no idea why that was funny.
Do you build it yourself? That is actually a great joke from the native speaker.
It is, because do a shower, it sounds like you are constructing a shower from scratch. The joke being, are you building the actual shower unit, installing the pipes? And she was so confused. She thought she had said something strange. And the answer to why that sentence sounds funny, well, we've kept you waiting long enough.
All right, the moment has arrived. Are you ready? Today, on English Podcast Daily, we are diving into 2 of the most commonly confused verbs in the entire English language. 2 little words that cause big problems for learners at every level. 2 words that look simple, feel simple, and yet somehow manage to trip up even advanced speakers on a daily basis. We're talking about do and make.
Do versus make. There it is. And if you just had that little moment of, oh wait, I've definitely mixed those up before, you're in the right place. We're about to break this down completely, and we're going to do it through examples, through conversation, through a little quiz, and I promise by the end of this episode, you will feel genuinely confident using both of these words correctly.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture, the general rule. And I want to say up front, this rule is not perfect. English has exceptions, as always, but the core idea is genuinely useful, and it will cover probably 80% of cases. So here it is. We use do for actions, activities, tasks, and work, especially things that don't have a physical end result you can point to. And we use make when we're creating, producing, or constructing something, usually something you can see, hold, or experience as a result.
Right. So think about it this way. If I do homework, there's no physical object I'm building. I'm performing a task. The activity is the point. But if I make a cake at the end, there's an actual cake. Something was created. Something exists that did not exist before.
Exactly. The cake exists. You can eat the cake. So do homework, do the dishes, do exercise, do the shopping, do your best, do a favor, do research, do business, do damage. These are all actions or tasks. There's no new object at the end. The doing is the thing.
And notice something interesting about that list. Do the dishes. You are not creating dishes. They already exist. You are performing the task of washing them. Do the shopping. You are going through the activity of shopping. Do your best. That is an effort, an action. Nothing physically new is made.
Now on the make side, make a decision, make a mistake, make money, make a plan, make an effort, make a promise, make friends, make noise, make a difference, make breakfast. With make, something comes into being. A decision that now exists, a promise that was not there before, a plan that is now on the table.
Wait. I want to stop on make a mistake, because that one is so important, and so many learners say do a mistake. But think about it using our rule. When you make a mistake, that mistake now exists. You produced it. It is there. It happened. So you make a mistake. You do not do one.
That is such a good point. And make money, same logic. The money is a result. You produced it through your work. Make friends. New friendships are created. Make noise. The noise is the output. Make a difference. A change was produced in the world.
Okay, I want to do a quick real-life dialogue because this is where it gets really useful. Imagine two colleagues talking on a Monday morning. Alex, you be Jamie. I will be Sam. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, Jamie, did you do the report for the meeting?
Almost. I still need to do some research before I can make any final conclusions. And honestly, I need to make a decision about the format. Do I make it a presentation or just a document?
I'd go with a presentation. It makes a bigger impact. Do your best. The boss said this one really could make a difference for the whole project.
Okay, I will make an effort to finish it tonight. Can you do me a favor and send me the data from last quarter?
Of course. End of scene. Did you hear how naturally those words came up? Do the report, do some research, make conclusions, make a decision, do your best, make a difference, make an effort, do me a favor. All in one little conversation. That is real English right there.
Okay, so now let us get into the tricky ones, because here is where even B2 learners sometimes stumble, and I think this is really valuable. Mary, quiz time. I'm going to give you a phrase, and you tell me do or make.
Oh, I love this. Hit me.
Okay, blank, a suggestion.
Make a suggestion. Because the suggestion is a new thing you are putting out into the world. It did not exist before you said it.
Correct. Okay. Blank the laundry.
Do the laundry. It is a task, a chore. You are not creating laundry. Unfortunately, it already exists.
Yes, it already exists, and it is annoying. All right, here is a tricky one. Blank a bed.
Oh, this is the classic tricky one. Okay, so make a bed is the correct phrase, even though you might think, I'm not building a bed, I'm just arranging it. But in English, make the bed means you are creating a neat, tidy result. You are producing a made bed, so it is make.
Exactly right. Make the bed, always. My turn to be quizzed.
Okay, blank a phone call.
Make a phone call. You're producing a call. It goes out into the world. Make a phone call.
Yes. Okay, here's one that gets people. Blank damage.
Okay, this one feels like it could go either way. The damage is a result, which would suggest make, but actually no. In English, we say do damage, like the storm did a lot of damage. It's an action, the doing of harm. Do damage.
Correct. See, you're good at this. Okay, one more tricky one for you. Blank a living.
Make a living. Like, what do you do for a living? I make a living as a teacher. It's similar to making money. You're producing your income, your livelihood.
Perfect. Okay, now I want to talk about some phrases that genuinely confuse people, even people at C1 level. Because here's the thing. English does not always follow its own rules perfectly, and there are some phrases where you just kind of have to learn the combination. So, for example, we say do business, not make business, even though business involves producing results, right?
Right. We do business together. That's just fixed. It's the phrase. And then on the other side, make a profit, even though profit is the result of doing business. So the nouns choose their verb partners in a way.
Exactly, and these pairings, they are called collocations in linguistics. Basically, certain words just naturally go together in English, and the combination sounds right to native speakers even when the logical reason is not totally clear. So the advice here is learn them as chunks. Do not just learn the word decision, learn the phrase make a decision. Do not just learn the word homework, learn do homework.
That is genuinely great advice, and it goes beyond just do and make. Learning vocabulary in phrases rather than single words, it just makes everything sound more natural, faster. And speaking of natural, let me give you one more real conversation situation, because I think hearing it in context is so helpful. Imagine someone describing their morning routine.
Oh yes, do it.
Okay, so every morning I wake up and I make my bed first. Then I make breakfast, usually just eggs and toast. After that, I do some exercise, just 30 minutes. Then I do the dishes, get dressed, and if I have time, I make a quick plan for the day in my notebook. I try to make an effort to also do some reading before work. It really makes a difference to how productive I feel.
That is perfect. Did you notice? Make the bed, creating a result. Make breakfast, producing food. Do exercise, performing the activity. Do the dishes, completing a task. Make a plan, creating something new. Make an effort, producing effort. Do some reading, performing the activity. Make a difference, producing a change. It all fits. It all makes sense once you see the pattern.
And hey, if you are loving this episode, now is a great time to hit that like button. Seriously, it helps more people find this show, and honestly, it makes our day. We put a lot of love into every episode, and knowing it is reaching people makes it all worth it.
It really does. Okay, so one last thing I want to cover in the teaching section, and this one is specifically for B2 learners who want to sound really natural. Some phrases with do that people often get wrong. Ready? Do a course. Not make a course if you are the student taking it. Do a course. I'm doing an online English course right now. Do a test. Do an exam. Do your hair. Do your nails.
Oh yes, do your hair and do your nails, those are performing actions on yourself. And contrast that with make an appointment to do your hair. Make the appointment, do the actual hair.
Yes, exactly. And on the make side, make a speech, make a complaint, make a comment, make an excuse. Oh, that one is so useful. He was late and he made the worst excuse, not did the worst excuse. Make an excuse, because the excuse is something you constructed. You built that little story.
Sometimes very creatively constructed. I have heard some truly impressive excuses in my life, and every single one of them made.
Made with care and dedication.
All right, one final tricky pair that I think will really stick with people. Progress. You can both do and make with progress, but they have slightly different feels. We are making progress. This is by far the more common natural phrase. You are producing progress, creating forward movement. But we are doing well is about performing an action.
Yes, and you know what? I think that is actually a beautiful note to land on before we wrap up, because the whole lesson today is about progress. Every word you learn, every phrase you add to your collection, that is progress, and you are making it right now by being here and listening.
Okay, story time. We need to finish what we started. Sophia, the job interview, the kitchen floor moment.
Oh, yes. So, Sophia sent me a message last week, and I have to share it because it is just the best ending to this story. So, after that interview, the one where she said, I make exercise, she did not get that job. And at first she was devastated. She thought it was because of her English, because of that one phrase.
Oh no, poor Sophia.
But she did not give up. She spent the next few months really working on her English, doing research, yes, doing research, not making it, into common collocations. She made a plan, she did the work every single day, she did her best on every practice exercise, and then, 6 months later, she had another interview, a better company actually.
Okay, I need to know what happened.
She got the job, and in the interview, when they asked about her hobbies, she said, perfectly, I do exercise every morning. I also do yoga, and on weekends I like to make new recipes in the kitchen. The interviewer smiled, genuinely, and later told her that her English was impressive and natural. And Sophia texted me 3 crying happy emojis and just the words, I did it. I made it.
I did it, I made it. Do and make in one perfect sentence.
She did not even plan that. It just came out naturally. And that is exactly what we want for every single one of you listening right now. We want this to feel natural. We want it to come out without thinking. And the more you practice, the more you listen to authentic English, the more you engage with content like this, the faster that happens.
You know, I want to say something to everyone listening right now. Learning a language is genuinely one of the hardest things a human being can do. You are rewiring the way your brain processes communication. You are doing something incredibly difficult every single day, whether you feel like you are making progress or not. And the fact that you are here, that you chose to spend this time with us, that you showed up today, that already means you are doing the work. You are making it happen.
That was beautiful, Alex. I mean that. And honestly, we started this show because we believe that language learning should feel joyful. It should feel like discovery, not stress. And every episode we make together, every lesson we do together with you, it is all in service of that, of getting you closer to the version of yourself that speaks English with total confidence.
So here's our ask for today. If this episode helped you even a little bit, please share it with one person, just one friend, one classmate, one family member who is on their English learning journey. Send them this episode. Tell them to subscribe to English Podcast Daily. It costs nothing, and it means everything. Every new listener is someone whose English we get to help improve.
And if you are already subscribed, thank you, truly. You are what makes this show worth making. And speaking of making things worth it, next week's episode is going to blow your mind. I cannot tell you the topic yet, but I will say this. It involves a word that most English learners use every single day, and almost everyone is using it slightly wrong. You are not going to want to miss it.
I am already excited, and I know what it is.
Until then, keep doing your best. Keep making progress. And remember, every single word you learn is a step forward. We are so proud of you. I am Mary.
And I'm Alex. This has been English Podcast Daily. We will see you next time. Keep going. You're doing amazing.